Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Saturday, November 28th, 2020. Late night Rushton. Live streaming from home. And a busy day today. That's why I'm a big late show. The late show. Heard from Jon Harnish, my musical conspirator, my past musical conspirator, recently, and we were able to get together at the Matyk Building in Cedar Rapids in New Bohemia for the first time in 9 years since we played at the Matyk. We played at a place he lived at 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, almost 3 years and almost 4 months. Was the last time we got together. John's been kind of away from things, and now he's back. Yay! He's a real nice Marcus Miller bass, and I should have well, anyway, got together, and the Matyk Building looks fantastic. Mike Richards, who's on that building for a long time, putting it together, putting in sort of a, I don't know, what did you call it? It's sort of like a restaurant, sort of like a wine bar. Eventually, it's not quite ready yet. But I got some photos from the inside, and he does tours. There are people through all the time, and it's a really neat building. And I'm going to show some photos of it here very, very soon. But yeah, went up there this morning, and had to. I bought a 15-inch speaker at Guitar Center, and I thought 15 inches. It's probably about this big, right? No, oh no. I think I should have read the full specs. A 15-inch speaker is not this big. A 15-inch speaker is the size of a mini fridge. Oh my God. It weighed as much as a mini fridge. It's enormous. And I picked it up yesterday. I went up there and I got it. I was just like, it had a lot of really neat features about it, but it weighed a ton. And it's like, I don't need anything this big. I just need something about this big. And so I took it back, and they were nice, and they took it back. And I got what I really needed, which was powered monitors, I guess is what you call it, or powered speakers. These are about like this big. They're kind of small. Maybe that big each, and they connect up, and they sound fine. You don't need to blow the doors off of anything. I mean, as I always like to say, I always like to overdo things. And when I first got started kind of in music, I had a Bose L1 and B1, and you look those up, and they're this line array speaker, and they cost a lot, and they sound fantastic. You can hear them from 2 or 3 blocks away, and they're turned up, and they're just these little thin. It's a line array. It's what it's the same type of speaker that the Grateful Dead had back in '72. That was just insane, except it's a thin, and but I sold that many years ago, so I didn't need it. It was overkill. So I got the little powered speakers, and met up with John, and a lot of catching up, and then went to Fong's Pizza in Cedar Rapids down in Newbo. I've been to the one in Des Moines. They've got a couple in Des Moines, at least a couple in Des Moines. I've been to the main one downtown, which used to be where Kinging Low was, the Chinese restaurant, and it became Fong's Pizza. And so I had a pizza there that I've never had before, which was their signature pizza, the Crab Ragoon pizza. And it was a very different pizza. It was really quite good, but it's different from traditional pizza. But I loved it. It was great. They also have like this sort of Meatzilla type of thing too. Every kind of meat. I forget the name of it. I've had it a numerous. Very good. It's got that thin cracker crust. I think most of the pizzas too, and it's great. And brought over the Matyk Building. Mike Richards had a piece, and John had a couple pieces. I had some, then took the rest home. And so, yeah, kind of caught up. And then John had to run off and officiate a wedding because he is reverend. That's great. Then he came back and we played music for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, something like that, with some breaks. And so I got all that recorded, and I'll edit that here in the next few days and quick release it, because that's what I do. But it made some good sounds there. But I want to show you some photos from the Matyk Building. Let's see what we got over here. It's kind of interesting. Let's start with this. This is down in the wine cellar in the lower section of the building. Of course, this building was mostly flooded in 2008. This lower level was completely flooded. And then the main level, I think it was 10 or 12 feet high, just on the main level. A lot of water. It's amazing. And so over the years, it's been rehabbed, and there's this down in the wine cellar, these great paintings, just a great eclectic mix, and no TVs playing sports ball anywhere, none of that. And so I'll be excited to patronize this place when it's actual opened. Let's go through some more photos here. This was a little completely illegal today. You can't social distance in here. Hell no. And so this is a little nook here, and I think you could pull the cover over, and you can have a little private get together back here with your wine and meal and whatever. Just a cute little nook. And then on the back of the Matyk, they added on a little they added on an addition on the back, and I don't know where he found these, but they're crazy. And if you look at the bottom, they all have sayings on them. Let's see if I can get them a little. There we go. So Teddy Roosevelt says, "Speak softly and carry a big stein." And then, who is that? I don't know her name. "As God is my witness, I will never be thirsty again." And then I know that's Jackie Robinson. "I never had it made, I brewed it myself." And then old JFK over there saying, oh God, let's see if we can. Is it going to allow us to ask not what your something can brew for you, but what you can brew for your country. Oh, I get it. Ask not what your country can brew for you. Ask what you can brew for your country. Let's go back here. Yeah, it's cute. And then there's outdoor areas here. This is again off the back addition, And it's a staircase up to sort of a deck area with a covered glass section. And so you've got the risque, was that the 20s art there? A lot of that. And then the dude with the, what's that called? The guitar on? The guitar on? That gigantic Los Lobos bass guitar. Remember? In La Bamba, he's playing the big. Always liked that instrument. And then Mike had all these searchlights. And this one was from the soundstage at Desilu. This has got spray painted on there. Fascinating. It's got all this like art and pictures and stuff like this all over the place. And of course, it could not be New Bohemia without Marvin Cohn's painting, Little Bohemia. And Grant Wood returned from Bohemia, which is just he had the funniest photos. He had the funniest paintings. You look at this painting. What's so funny about this painting? Oh my God. I could go on about this for 2 hours. I mean, look at his face and just everyone's kind of staring down at him. And he's just like, ah. And, did the best I could with the lighting in there. This is the main level. Yeah, the water was all the way up to near the bottom of the second floor in 2008. That's how much the flood. That's how bad the flooding was. It's crazy. And a little statement there: the Bohemian aesthetic. You can freeze that and read that if you'd like. This is an operating searchlight with the absolutely humongous bulb in there. And this thing is just like this big around. It's like a gigantic timpani drum, but with a glass top. It plugs in and apparently it shoots up a beam of light like you can't believe. I don't know where he got it. Neat. That's this upstairs on the deck. And this is a view from the enclosed part of the building. And some paintings from the room where John and I played tonight. I believe Michael had said that these were done by a Russian artist who he moved to Atlanta and he painted I think it was like the cast members of Gone with the Wind. And he liked Atlanta so much he stuck around and painted other people. And these were, I believe this was part of those paintings, if I'm not mistaken. And then he had this kind of a stand where you would, cash register, and it had this sort of blue mirror in the back. So it's kind of like a you could see multiple things here. So it's a picture of me with my balaclava pulled up and John walking by. You can't really see it, but kind of reminded me of the like being behind it would be kind of like that Renoir painting, the Folie Bergère, I believe. I'm mangling the French. The girl behind the counter with the wine. That's what it seemed like. I think it's the Folie Bergère, something like I can't remember. And there's John and me. John's gone gray, and he's got the great Rod Rios glasses there. Let's see if I can zoom in there a little bit. I'm squinting for some reason. We look like We look like ghosts. We're the ghosts of New Bohemia. And this is some of the art that's in Fonk's Pizza, which is just half block down the road. And they have this sort of thing at the, I'm probably all locations, but I know they have it at the downtown Des Moines location. I mean, come on, that's great. That's so good on the motorcycle. And then that modern, that deco-ish building there. Just what in the world? Oh, wait a second. Hold on. What's this going on back here? You see this? See that dude over there? What's going on there? What is that? I could cut that from the TV, I guess. And then this one's great. You know, that chic Japanese lady with the cigarette with the little ash on there. Look at her. That's great. And then we're back at the Matyk Building. Compliments of Matyk, or it might be pronounced Matyk, because it's either Czech or Slovak. Dry goods, notions, furnishing goods. 1029 South 3rd Street. Big 1908. The building was built in 1893. And there's some of the Crab Ragoon pizza. After I'd scarfed a pizza, I was hungry. It was like 2 o'clock. I'd eaten lunch, starving. And a very, very unusual pizza. And it was great. And then this was also in the room in which we played La Boheme by Giacomo Puccini? Giacomo Puccini? How do you pronounce it? I'm terrible with names. Look at that. It's got a death mask there. Interesting. Oh, and then this was in the bathroom. I thought it's a very interesting painting there. I always love seeing paintings in the bathroom. That's kind of like my thing. Oh, good. There's art in the bathroom. Why not? You're in there. You should be looking at art. And there's John playing. There's me and my iPads and my lap steel and my little effects box and my Impress reverb. And we just record the room, even if there's like motorcycles going by out front or whatever, or the train nearby. We just got to try and incorporate that into our sound. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So that was my day. Reconnecting with John, reconnecting with Michael, and reconnecting with Cedar Rapids. I mean, I lived there for nearly 10 years. Nearly 10 years. I didn't live there for 20 years. For nearly 10 years. 10 years? At least 10 years. Yeah, I lived there for 10 years. Cedar Rapids. Well, that town's been through everything. Flood, and then the windstorm. It's so weird driving around there. You know, it's like they lost, I forget what the percentage was of trees. Their tree cover, they've lost it's like 75 or 80% of their trees. And you go through some parts of town, even by the interstate there's still trees just all over the dang place. And they're still cleaning stuff out. And you drive through areas and it's weird going through a neighborhood that's 60, 70 years old. And here's a tree, there's nothing left. It's weird. Or you go through the parts of town that are like over 100 years old, or over by the country club or whatever, and they're just sticks, and half of them are gone, and it's weird. I know people who live there, it's got to be hard, but having lived there and driven around there, like you have a mental map of what everything is like. And, when you can see parts of town that you were never able to see before, it's weird. It's really weird. But that town will bounce back. It always has. It always continues to bounce back. So that's good. It's great to see Jon. Great to see Jon. We're going to do it again, hopefully here again soon. And great to see him doing good. And, it's good. All right, man. That is it for tonight. Kind of big, long, rambling, mostly showing off photos. But, we started playing there in 2005. Played a bunch of just sort of ambient jams and jams that got out of hand. It's fun. It's fun. We had fun tonight. It was good. All right. I will edit those and turn it into an album here, probably in the next week or so. And oh, okay. God, look at this. Look at this here. Everyone getting wine happy in those photos. Cool. That's great. Photos of the paint. Yeah. Happy to share them. Thanks for commenting, and see you tomorrow.